We're taking a look at preparations ahead of the Soccer World Cup right here in South Africa now. And for that, Hayley Hillary, General Manager at Match Hospitality, joins me in studio along with Entrepreneur Mandla Sibeko. Now, Mandla has recently been named one of the World Economic Forum's Young Global Leaders for 2010. But aside from having added that notch to his belt, he boasts scoring another business coup as well, leveraging off the World Cup event. Thank you both for joining me today at the desk. And Mandla, I'm going to start off with you because you've been tasked with handling the entire look and feel of the FIFA 2010 Soccer World Cup to be hosted here in South Africa. What exactly does this entail, and how did the responsibility end up at your door?
First, thank you very much for having me. It's an honor. It really has come out of a tendering process that began many years ago, about 4 years ago. It began first with an interest by myself in setting up a venture where we would look at the branding and signage for the World Cup. We partnered with a UK-based company, which I was responsible for setting up the South African office here exactly 3 years ago, and then started to work the journey in terms of preparations to making sure that we could qualify to be awarded this type of work.
At the same time, Hayley, I mean, we've got Match Hospitality appointed by FIFA as the worldwide exclusive rights holder for the hospitality program itself. So what does that mean exactly? And is there a relationship then that you'd have to facilitate between a player like Mandla and yourself?
Absolutely. There's always a relationship between any of the suppliers that are involved in undoubtedly the world's largest sporting event. Rules and regulations. We have to make sure that everything that we do in terms of our on-site hospitality meets the very high standards of FIFA and ensures that all our guests that are at our hospitality facilities during the event have the most amazing time.
Let's take a look then, Mandla, at identity and the kind of identity you're targeting in terms of fulfilling the mandate of the World Cup. What exactly are you working towards?
With every World Cup, there is the overall look, the look and feel. And we are responsible for that overall look and feel, meaning that we're responsible for the branding and signage around the stadiums, externally and interior. We're also responsible for the buses, we're responsible for the concessions, we're responsible for the media rooms, the international broadcast center. Basically, we're responsible for the overall experience. From the time you land at the airport, you'll start to seeing the signs that would lead you to this Africa's greatest event, leading up to your flags, your protocol routes, your directional signs. Thousands and thousands of people will be at our stadiums in South Africa not knowing which direction to go. So we've had to think ahead of time in terms of how we're going to control the masses in terms of finding where they need to be.
So contributing to the look and feel, and I would assume then Match Hospitality bringing in an element of personality, if we can call it that. Let's take a look at it, Hayley, in terms of preparedness and hosting international investors here. Even though the numbers are less than initially anticipated, how ready are we to be successful hosts to this event?
We are 100% ready. Our country has for many years been involved in other huge sporting events. So we know our game, we know what we're doing, and we can't wait for this opportunity to show the rest of the world how ready we are and how excited we are to be hosting this event.
Is this in the face of many challenges? I mean, are there things that still need to be ironed out?
I don't think there's any huge challenges. Nothing that we can't handle. Always last minute things behind the scenes for any event. There's always last minute things that need to be done, but we're ready and we're very excited.
Let's take a look, Mandla, at the fact that you've had experience hosting this kind of event, you know, having been involved with a company that branded the 2006 World Cup in Germany. What lessons learned there are holding you in good stead now?
Basically, we wanted to know. The World Cup comes as a package, and I've always said that from the time when I started setting up the business, I already had identified the opportunity as an entrepreneur, because it comes as a package. It doesn't matter where the World Cup is, but it will come as a standard package. So for us, it's meant that we had to look at home, to look at the kind of skills that we required. So the one thing that it has done, which is positive, is that our combination of working with the UK team that was responsible for the German World Cup is that it's taken our skills to the next level. If you look historically in South Africa, whenever such large events have been hosted, this kind of work or skills tend to be looked for around the world. For this event, if you look at the Cricket World Cup, the kind of work that we're doing was really done by an international company. So for the first time, the mandate was very clear from our side and also from the LOC that we had to find, there has to be some sort of a legacy that is left behind. So out of this experience, we've managed to create a business that will be sustainable, that will work not only in South Africa but in the continent.
And that has been the big issue around all of this, businesses leveraging off the opportunity that they will be sustainable moving forward.